Hey YouTubers, good morning, it's Robb. Guys, we're going to do a video this morning on several things. We're going to go over a real quick review of this Griddler by Cuisinart. I've had it for several years. I did a review a while back when I first got it. Thought I'd go over real quick to see how well it's been holding up. Also, the reason I'm using it this morning in the kitchen, I usually use this on my balcony when I cook stuff, but I wanted to show the Griddler off in a better light. Plus, I didn't want to have to clean off my balcony. But what I was going to do this morning in my kitchen with the Griddler was make me some tortillas, Mrs. Hanson tortillas. They're not really tortillas. I guess they're gringo tortillas, maybe more like a crepe. This is my favorite cookbook in the whole world by Rawlings. She wrote The Yearling, which is one of my favorite movies, if you like Florida. This book is a lot of southern cooking. Real simple comfort foods. She had something here I'd never tried before. I ran out of bread. I didn't want to go to the store, so I've got hundreds of cookbooks here. So said, let me get one out. Tried this Mrs. Hanson tortillas. Cup of flour, half cup of cornmeal, quarter teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, and water to make a thin paste, and you just put it on the griddle. So you're not like a regular tortilla. You use one of these. You roll it out, or you use a press for the cornmeal tortillas, or if you got real small ones, you just use your hand. This is something different. What you do is you mix your flour. If you don't have regular cornmeal like masa, you can use the cornmeal mix. At least it worked for me. And when your egg, and whip it up and put enough water in there till it gets real thin. And when you're done, you got a tortilla, something like this. This is my last one. I wanted to make another one, whole batch. You don't need to make one of these, but I saw people making crepes with their little sticks, and I made one up, and it works pretty good. But if you have a big spatula, you can just smear it around. But the key is, you want to get this so thin you're almost thinking it's too thin. Make and put a little bit on, make a small one, and see how it works out. And if it's too thick, then add more water, and go from there. While we're on the subject of cookbooks, a lot of people don't know, I sell on my eBay channel a whole bunch of CDs and a few DVDs. I've been making videos for 12 years. I don't think I've ever talked about this. This here is a CD. It just sells for a few bucks. It's got 200 vintage cookbooks. They're really great cookbooks. If you like cooking, if you're a prepper like I am, I've got 2 volumes of When the Crap Hit the Fan. It's full of different books on PDF, so you can read them on your computer on prepping that you probably won't find in too many places. It takes a long time to find these, like what to do when there's no doctor, how to build things, solar energy, all sorts of things like that. If you're into guns, this CD is 500 gun manuals. It's alphabetized by manufacturer. This CD is all about different energy projects. You can make generators that run on wood, or steam engines, or solar ovens, all sorts of energy things. This particular CD is all canning books, 30 different canning and preserving books. This is a book or CD on how to make a living out in the woods by manufacturing and doing different things that are specific to wooded forest areas. So if you don't want to live in the city, you might be able to find a way to. I found a lot of cool things about mushroom growing in there too. This is a CD on building old-timey camper trailers or teardrop trailers and so on. And this last one is farm architecture, how to build log cabins, sheds, stalls, greenhouses, farm equipment, and so on. So I sell, and plus I got dozens more of CDs on my eBay channel. I'll leave a link, so you might want to check that out. Since YouTube has been demonetizing so many of my videos, I figure I might well put a plug in for some of the stuff I sell, try to make me a few bucks. So if you're not interested in my books, my cookbooks, you want to check out Mrs. Rawlings. This is one of my favorite cookbooks. I'll leave a link to it on Amazon. It's divided up into games and meats and desserts and breads and so on. But she is a wonderful writer, and she tells stories along with her recipes, and it's just a window into a certain time period and a certain place in Florida that doesn't exist anymore. And I think they're excellent, easy, for the most part, recipes that are very tasty. And so that's pretty much the video. This except for I didn't go over the darn, I didn't go over the Griddler. The Griddler has worked out phenomenal. I use it almost, if not daily, then weekly. The little plates have held up good. On this side, they started to get crusty. If you take a wooden toothpick or something, not metal, you can get the crusted part that's burnt. I found most of what was burning on there is I was spraying on the non-stick surface the spray oil, which has lecithin in it. And I did some research. The lecithin builds up on the device and it makes a sticky surface, and it cakes on there more so than the oils and fats from the food you're cooking. And I could put a piece of frozen chicken, like a thigh and a drumstick on this, and put it, and then just close it. I would put some seasoning, some Italian dressing and so on, and just leave it on medium, close to high. I would always cook about the same temperature, right at the very part of the high, and close it and come back, check on it like for 15 minutes and run for another 20 minutes. So close to 40 minutes, it would be tender. And that was with it being frozen. And they say you're not supposed to do that, but you come home from work and you don't want to thaw something out, you're hungry, you want to eat now, and you put it out in the balcony to keep all the fumes and the smoke out of your house. That's the great thing about it. You also have this little tray that holds all of your gravy and oil and fat that drips off. Well, that's one of the drawbacks. All of your fluids drip off this spout right here and go down. So if this isn't level, you can have some drama. You can cook flatbreads, like I'm getting ready to make some tortillas, and obviously it's great for sandwiches. In fact, you probably, it's addictive. You can actually, it's not good for your health. You can end up eating sandwiches every day with meat and cheese and all sorts of different. Because when you put them in the griddler and you heat them up, and with little cheese on there, man, they make the best sandwiches in the world. So if you're trying to lose weight, you don't want to get one of these. But I cook a lot of my vegetable hamburgers that I make people mad by putting mackerel in there. But you can't taste the fish. But it gives like a hearty, meaty flavor without putting beef or pork in there. And I put tons of vegetables and the cornmeal and a little bit of egg and oats and some spices. Make I have a little thing I make with the tuna fish can, and I put the stuff in there, and this pushes it out. So I make a uniform patty on each time, and cook 5 at a time, and I eat those like they're going out of style. So this has been a wonderful investment. It was like $20-some. It's still going strong. Some of the lettering is wearing off on the front, where you have the selector knobs, but I would recommend this highly. You can cook so many things with it, and like I said, my preferred method is out on the porch, where all the smoke and the fumes and the heat is out of the house. But I did want to make some food I was going to film, and I was too lazy to clean off my balcony. Don't tell anybody, just between you and me. All right, guys, don't forget, go check out my YouTube, my eBay stuff I'm selling. There's a plug. I know I'm going to unsubscribe from this guy. Martha, come in here. This guy's trying to make money on the internet. What the heck is going on here? Well, you know what? If they're going to demonetize off my channel, I'm going to start mentioning stuff I sell too. So I hope you guys don't get mad at me for plugging some of my stuff. I'll find you out, I guess. Don't forget, you can make one of these little out of a stick. And, well, that's about it. I put new videos on at least once a week. Been doing it for 12 years. Got close to 800 videos. A bunch of cool people I feature on my channel. You ought to go check them out. And y'all come back and look at my playlist too. Got a lot of good stuff there. I got a playlist just on cooking stuff and recipes. Can you believe it? All right, guys. Go make you Mrs. Hanson's tortillas. Ay, Dios mío. Martha, come quick. This gringo, he is making tortilla. That's no tortilla. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, caramba. All right, guys, take care. See you out there.